Hello! Welcome to the Advanced HCG Diet Center video tutorial. As you continue through the presentation, you will learn how the HCG diet protocol works and how to apply it. Over 50 years ago, the HCG diet protocol was first introduced by a doctor named Dr. Simeons. He discovered that HCG could be coupled with a very low-calorie diet without the patient experiencing irritability, hunger, headaches, or weakness. The reason was that his patients were burning energy from fat deposits, which meant that energy needs were being met. He found that using HCG actually helped to naturally shape his patients' bodies without exercise. He found that this was because his patients were losing fat from abnormal fat deposits, which made changes in body shape more visible. In 1969, he opened a clinic in Rome, and over the next 20 years treated the rich and famous. Dr. Simeons called his discovery the Weight Loss Cure Protocol. Dr. Simeons found HCG to be the key that unlocks the body's abnormal fat reserves as an energy source. HCG assists a part of the body located under the brain called the hypothalamus in resetting the metabolism. What is the hypothalamus? The hypothalamus, which is located here under the brain, is the most important organ in the control over weight and metabolism. The hypothalamus controls the most vital functions of the metabolism, including the control of hunger, the rate at which the body stores and burns fat, and the control and production of key hormones which balance healthy weight. When the hypothalamus is acting in this way, the body begins storing fat in abnormal areas. Here we will talk about how structural fat, normal fat reserves, and abnormal fat reserves are affected while the hypothalamus is not working as it should. The first fat we will talk about is structural fat. Fortunately, structural fats are monitored and kept in healthy ranges while the hypothalamus is not functioning as it should. Structural fat fills gaps between organs like packing material, protects coronary arteries, keeps skin smooth and tight, and provides cushion of hard fat under the bones of the feet, without which we would be unable to walk. Next, we have normal fat reserves. Normal fat is fat which the body can freely draw upon when needed. The body is also able to store fat quickly in these reserves. Even while the hypothalamus is not working correctly, these fat stores are monitored and burned as energy is needed. They are distributed evenly all over the body, and when stocked to capacity, this is not called obesity, and in most cases, not even overweight. On the other hand, as the name states, abnormal fat is obviously not normal, even though we see it so abundantly in our day and age. Abnormal fats are the deposits we see more of when the hypothalamus is not working as it should. These fats consist partly of the love handles, the belly region, the butt, and the thighs, or any other area of the body that may have some extra space for fat. These fats are stored and saved for a later day. Abnormal fat is a potential source of fuel for the body, but unlike normal fat reserves, it is not normally available to the body for energy. It is locked away in a deposit box without a key to unlock it. Even in starvation mode, abnormal fat is utilized only after all other energy sources are used. This is why the body will burn muscle before the abnormal fat reserves. The key to unlocking these abnormal fat reserves for energy use and fat loss is HCG. Dr. Simeons discovered that HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin, is the key that unlocks the body's abnormal fat reserve. HCG works with the hypothalamus to start releasing fat stored away in areas of the body that were inaccessible before. Because HCG is burning so much fat, it helps to reduce or eliminate hunger. Rather than just focusing on the symptom, which is being overweight, we are focusing on the deeper problem. By helping in the healing process of the metabolism with the use of HCG, we are not only driving the body to lose weight very fast, but we are helping the body to make changes with the metabolism in order to keep the weight off. Now we will take a look at HCG. What is HCG? HCG is a natural hormone that is created in the first trimester of pregnancy. HCG is created in order to help mobilize and utilize fat while preparing for the baby. Basically, HCG is created in order to make sure whether or not the mother is getting enough energy from her diet, that energy needs are being met. It does this by burning fats. Dr. Simmons discovered that this natural hormone works to burn fat in both females and males. HCG not only helps to provide energy through the burning of fat, but it has also been found to help balance the endocrine system in order to help the body to work as it should. A very common question is, what are the average results that a patient will notice while on the HCG protocol? Before we answer this question, we will look at a few factors. If an individual were to burn 3,500 calories of fat, they would be losing about 1 pound. Consider that the average person needs about 2,500 calories per day to stay healthy. The body is, in theory, able to burn nearly 1 pound a day of energy. What HCG does is it helps that theory become a reality. HCG helps to metabolize stored abnormal fat at the rate of about 2,500 calories per day. This amount of fat is released into the bloodstream to be used by the body. To sum it up, patients may notice that they will lose an average of 3/4 of a pound a day throughout the program. Keep in mind that weight loss will be more rapid for the first few weeks, and as the amount of fat stored on the body decreases, weight loss will slow down. Also, most patients notice that they lose inches from places they never thought they could, places that before may have been problem areas. And because so many fats are being metabolized from abnormal fat deposits, most HCG Diet Center patients have little to no hunger. How do you get the extra fat out of the body? Water, water, water. Make sure to drink at least half a gallon of water each day. This will be vital in the fat loss process. Here we will take a look at the process that takes place when fat is being burned as energy from the perspective of the fat cell. First, we start with an empty fat cell ready to store energy. Slowly, as we take in more than we burn, the body has to find a place to store it. As we continue to eat extremely high energy foods and continue with somewhat sedentary lives, these fat cells become full. Now, on the other side of the coin, we have the breakdown of fats. As we realize that our health is diminishing and our lives are put on hold, we realize it is time. It is time to do something about these extra fats. As we begin the HCG diet protocol, we begin to lose fat, but there needs to be something there to take its place. Water is the replacement. Eventually, as water begins to fill the cell and fat is burned off as an energy source, there will be an abundance of water that fills the cell. At that point, the cell can then release all of the water and collapse. Again, remember how important it is to drink enough water each day from healthy sources. Most Americans are at least slightly dehydrated, and water is vital for almost every function of the body. If, like most individuals, it isn't enough just to drink a lot of water each day in order to get hydrated, supplementation in order to drive water into the cells may be necessary. Thank you, and welcome to our family of HCG Diet Center patients. If you haven't already, go ahead and visit our website at